All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach very well while I learn the truth from. And sanitation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push his word and our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And today, just basically getting on nuclear warfare because it's inevitable. Why? Because the prophecies of the scriptures have already commanded from the beginning. Because even you go into the times of World War One and World War Two, World War Three is going to be the end all be all of this society, man. And there's no coincidence that a lot of these TV shows and movies are talking about World War Three, whether it be in the form of Oppenheimer, the creation of the nuclear missiles, or even that new series that came out on Amazon Prime, Fallout, which is a post-apocalyptic film. The first episode, it showed the bombs dropping, man, showing you that all these different nations and all these different heathens and even these guys in Hollywood know what's going to happen, man. Only thing that these people are going to do is fulfill the will of the Lord. Matter of fact, we start off with that because people saying, why, Putin can stop it. If we could just get a leader with a strong enough mind to, no, man. It's Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai who's directing the paths upon the planet Earth. This Proverbs 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. And that's how Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai work. The Lord actually used these different leaders as different pawn pieces, man. That's why it says the kings of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. So when somebody declare war, Yahweh Shai had his hand behind it. And also when somebody push that button, it's going to be Yahweh Shai that's going to have his will behind it. Because you have to realize the missiles is the will of the Lord. It's not like these different ICBMs and all the investment that these different nations, trillions and billions of dollars that they invest in their military, in their GPS system, in their missiles, the longitude and latitude. They invest all those trillions of dollars just so it could be put in the museum a couple years later. No, these weapons are actually meant to be put in use, man. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. This is the book of Joel. Joel 2, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Because guess what? We're blowing that trumpet, but only the elect will be able to hear and hearken to it. Continuing on, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a people, a strong, have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So when the missiles get set off, it's going to be something like never before. And it's going to be a one-time thing. You have to realize the missile is going to be a one-hitter quitter. It's not like in the kingdom of heaven or even after World War III, it's still going to be people shooting off. No, man. Because again, this destructive device is not just meant to kill people. Ultimately, is meant to break down the society of Esau, this wicked beast system, and also to raise up the society of righteousness. Because it tells us, matter of fact, this Isaiah the 2nd chapter, real quick, because it's not like the missiles are going to be in the kingdom of heaven. No, the missiles are meant to be used now in this lifetime, man. Let's get some. This is the book of Isaiah 2, and I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, and he shall judge among the nations, the elect, Yahweh Shai, and the rest of the elect, and he shall judge among the nations, and rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Showing you that the weaponry that these devils have in this lifetime is not going to be used in the kingdom ahead, man. And also for the Old Testament Israelites, even vocabulary, when this prophecy was fulfilled. Isaiah 2 and verse 4. It wasn't. It's going to be fulfilled in a future tense. But just going back, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai have set up the missiles to take down Esau, man. It's not meant to be a scare tactic. It's not, even though they use it as a scare tactic, it's not meant to just jump the gun or the pump fake. No, it's going to come to a time when these missiles are going to actually be put in their full use, man. And when they're going to be put in their full use, in the height of World War III. This Isaiah 9, jumping down to verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise in garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. What is burning and fuel of fire doing in the Old Testament, man? And what the hell does burning and fuel of fire have to do with war? The only thing you can think of is a missile, man. People can say, what about a tank? No, a missile, man. That's that burning and fuel of fire that's going to take down this society, but that's also going to be the start of the kingdom of heaven. Because that's how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is going to use that clean slate in order to bring forth righteousness. Just like he did back in the time of Noah. He used that water to make that clean slate, but this time it's going to be used with fire, which is a better cleansing agent than water, man. Matter of fact, let's get some real quick. This is the book of 2 Peter 3, and I'm going to start at verse. Yep, let's start right here. 2 Peter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, for this they are willingly ignorant of that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Just talking about the world of Noah. And we already know Proverbs the 11th chapter, the first verse, false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. So in order for the Lord to balance out that water, this time he's going to have to send weight. It's going to tell you. But the heavens and earth which are now, this current kingdom, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. And that put Esau on the scene right there. He is the son of perdition. You go into the word prediction, it actually goes back into destruction. But it says what? That this time is preserved with fire, man. This is how the Lord is going to take down this society, man. Through nuclear warfare, man. It's a such thing called mad mutual aerial destruction. Because soon as somebody's sending off one, everybody else is going to have to send theirs off, man. And it got to a point when there's not going to be no defense system. It's not going to be no iron wall that's going to break it through. Even the iron wall over there in Israel, do you know some of those missiles from Iran seep through and hit certain parts? And it also tells us that in Joel, the 2nd chapter, how when the real missiles get set off, those ICBMs, that none was going to break their rank. Let's go ahead and go back to let's go back to Joel. Joel 2 and verse 3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. Yes, because this is paradise. And to these Americans, man, I'm looking at a Elamite right now, man, and she's fully Americanized. But how much you want to bet her parents said, yeah, we're going to go to America to have a better life, not knowing that you're coming to America to get your judgment, man. Because ultimately, this land of paradise is going to be a desert. Continuing on. The appearance of them is there as the appearance of horsemen, and the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run, representing that power, man. That's going to be in those missiles. You're going to hear it. You're going to see it. And ultimately, the only thing you can do is just ask the Lord to deliver you. Continuing on. Like the noise of chariots on top of the mountain shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame or a fire that devoured the stubble, a strong people set in battle array. And that's talking about those ICBM missiles. It's going to be the Lord of hosts. You're going to realize why his name, the Lord of hosts, for a reason. Think you translate that host, goes back to Sabbath oath, which actually means the Lord of armies. You know? Continuing on. Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather much blackness. So guess what? People are going to be shocked when the missiles get shot off, because they're not going to know. They never thought that America was going to get touched, man. And that's going to be a part of the beautiful things of prophecy. This place, high and lofty society, will ultimately be debased by the weaponry that the Lord have made them to create it, man. That's why it says your evils shall fall down upon your own pate. The same thing you created to keep you on top is the thing that the Lord is going to use to take you people out, man. Let's go right here to Isaiah, the 34th chapter. This is the book of Isaiah 34. Isaiah 34. And matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Showing you that World War III is a big part of the will of the Lord, man. Because a lot of these armies that's going to come together, they're going to get put to death too in the battle of Armageddon. Continuing on though, because it's going to come to a point when all these nations come together and they see Yahweh Shai, they're going to squash the beef between each other, and they're going to try to fight against the Lord, which ultimately you're going to fail at, man. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, in his fury upon all their armies, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to their slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And how is that's going to happen? We know that's talking about war and World War III, but how it's going to be melted is through the missiles, man. But it's also going to be a lot of bloodshed, you know? World War III is not going to be a cakewalk. That's why it's a big thing of people getting drafted. I think people in Taiwan are already getting drafted. Ukraine, people already got drafted. Hey, we wait on America and Russia and China, man. These big dogs that draft these different people who have a big population. India came to India, started drafting some of the people over there. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed that's going to be shed, man. You know? Get to a point where nobody ain't going to be able to bury you. They're just going to toss you off to the side. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's what people call a mushroom cloud today. And all shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. Showing you it's going to be an aerial attack. You know, brothers ever seen a peach tree or an apple tree? When that wind, a pecan tree, when that wind blowing to a certain extent, it come down and you hear it cracking. It's kind of like a little arch, how the way it come down, man. Continuing on though, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Now let me ask you this: what the hell is it talking about a sword being in heaven, man? It didn't say a spear. You know, he's not even talking about a physical sword. It's actually talking about the ICBM nuclear missiles. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my cursed judgment. Now, the head society of the so-called white man is America. And the head society of the Edomites, which is the so-called white man, is Idumea or Basra. So Idumea today will actually be in the Western Hemisphere, man. And this is what the Lord is going to do to make a point. Like he used those people in the old times of the flood to be an example. How he used Sodom and Gomorrah to be an example of what not to do. America is going to follow in this same suit. So yeah, I pray this video was edifying. I want to say, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, the great millstone, and Shalom.